Most evil villains in fiction. That is what we are talking about today, okay? And guess what, brother? It is not a tier list video. It is a tournament video, okay? We are going to be cutthroat over here. We are going to be taking some of the most evil villains in fiction with deeds that are only comparable to, I was going to say supervillains, but like, they are supervillains, dude. Some of these people are such straight menaces that they can't even make a film out of them because of how, the mentality that they're on. Like people like Judge Holden from Blood Meridian. We got people like Grifith from Berserk, which was like, it's so bad, it got adapted into animation one time and they were like, never again. And then they made a movie and then after that they were like, never again. And they still censored it because of how bad the eclipse was in the actual run, the actual manga of Berserk. Okay, we're going to be going through such villains like Darth Vader, Grifith, Palpatine, Judge Holden, and Joker, and putting them in a bracket, a tournament. And we are going to decide in this video who is the most evil villain in fiction, okay? Now, quick disqualifiers. You can't literally be the devil. That's cheating. Like, that is cheating. Like, you can't literally be the devil. You can be loveless, like Voldemeort, but, like, you can't literally be the devil. I'm sorry, that was the only real disqualifier. Everything else that we can talk about, and that is what we are going to be doing today. The Who is the Most Evil Villain in Fiction tournament, okay? And if this video is entertaining you at any point, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 5,000 likes for this video, 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I think we're going to get that because, just for reference, we're at like 201 right now, I think. We were at 74,000 subscribers at the beginning of the year. Yeah, brother, I think we're going to get 500,000. You know what, brother? 500,000 before the release of GTA 6. Let's go. Okay, that is the goal. And let's get into the video. Let's go. All right, let's get into actually not quite the bracket. Let's go. Let's rattle off our contestants really quick. Who do we have entering into the tournament? We have Grifith from Berserk, Sauron from Lord of the Rings, Darth Vader from Star Wars, Dutch Vanderlyn from Red Dead Redemption, Voldemort from Harry Potter, Am from I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream, Light Yagami from Death Note, Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones, Judge Holden from Blood Meridian, Joker from DC, Palpatine, just Palpatine, I think his name's Smeagol, what a dork. Anyways, Scar from Lion King, Homelander from The Boys, the Q from All Tomorrows, and the Lich from Adventure Time. Oh my goodness, I am hyped. And if you're new to this video, we name off all the contestants of the bracket. We do the beginning matchups, and I'll like rattle off any of like their stats, anything that I have to explain to you. And then after the original matchups, we kind of go rapid fire until we get our finalists. We still have timestamps right over here, so go to the part that you want to go to. Don't skip to the end, you filthy heathen. Unless you're gonna like the video and share it to one of your homeboys that's named Gerald. Or Jeff. Anyways, one of them. Okay, so now that I've named off everyone, let's get into our first matchup. Grifith vs. Sauron. Oh! Okay, let's start with Grifith. Let's go through Grifith stuff. What makes Grifith evil? This man literally traded everybody that ever loved him for power. And it wasn't like, hey, yo, bro, you're just gonna die. No, he literally gave their souls to the God Hand, the demon gods of this universe, damning their souls to hell for all eternity, to forever be tormented, okay? Took in his best friend Guts and his girl best friend Casca, and violated Casca, which was, not just the, girlfriend, or like, girlfriend of Guts, but was also the mother of his child, causing the, what's the best way? The spawn camp kill of Guts' child. Oh my goodness, YouTube is so funny, dude. I can say that. Yeah, no, Grifith spawn killed the offspring of Guts in the demonic rapture, also damning the soul of the baby to semi-hell for all eternity. And, yeah, that's what Grifith did. And he did that, why? Because he wanted to become a demon god in latex. Brother, yeah, no, Grifith is evil. Real evil. And I know somebody's going to say, well, he had to do that. No, he didn't. He quite literally didn't. Well, fate preordained it. No, it didn't. Once you understand how fate works in Berserk, you understand that Grifith did have some level of choice. So he had a choice in the matter. He is egotistical, narcissistic. Now, I don't want to brush over how complex of a character Grifith is. The fact is that Grifith as a human, he does have some level of remorse. As a human, there is some level of remorse that he carries. And he views people as inherently lesser because it is on him to give these people purpose. He does not view people as equal to him. He views himself as a messiah among men, and they are lucky to die for him. So him, when he's at his absolute lowest, is willing to damn those beneath him because in his mind, he never saw them as equals to begin with, which is peak writing. I'm not going to lie, brother. It does bother when people just say, well, Grifith's bad. Literally, he's bad. But no, Grifith is a very complex character, probably one of the best, he's probably one of the best written narcissists I have ever seen. I'm not even going to lie. And who is he facing? Sauron from Lord of the Rings. I am about to, hyper gloss over Sauron's deeds. But I'm going to be real here. Sauron's probably not going to beat Grifith, and it's for something that's very simple. Sauron at least has an understanding of an order that he is going to appeal to, even if it's the literal devil, Morgoth, which is basically Lucifer of the Lord of the Rings verse. Okay, so Morgoth doesn't count. Sauron's the next best thing, and Sauron is evil. He is evil. And there is actually some comparisons you can make with Sauron and Grifith, even Grifith after the eclipse. But at least with Sauron at least appealed to some level of order, even if it was an evil order. Grifith, people that he knew that loved him, actively threw them in the eternal hell shredder for all eternity. Maybe, I think if Sauron had a chance, he would have done that, but at least Sauron is, taking over people's minds, at least. Oh, well, he's trapping them as Nazgul. Yeah, but they, rested at the end. Oh, well, yeah, Sauron's evil. That's not what I'm saying, and Sauron would beat out quite a few people on this list. You're literally putting him up against Grifith. It is very slim. Very, very slim. But when I'm looking at Sauron, he is serving a higher purpose, that being as the prophet of Morgoth, has literally hundreds of thousands of bodies that he has stacked up over the millennia. The problem is that those people were meaningless to Sauron. Grifith, loyalty means nothing. Sauron at least uses people as a tool, and actually, yeah, that's actually very similar now that I be honest. Man, they're actually very similar now that I think about it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm more familiar with Grifith, so I'm going to take the one-time Ethan mega bias, and I'm going to move Grifith up. Next matchup, Darth Vader vs. Dutch van der Linde. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm going to get some crazy comments on this one, dude. Oh no, bro. This bracket's going to be rough. Okay. When we're talking about Darth Vader, at least with Darth Vader, he went to the dark side for some type of noble goal. He wanted to save his wife Padme and inadvertently caused her very death that he was trying so hard to stop. And yes, did he ice a bunch of younglings? Yes, I'm not saying he's not bad, but Darth Vader is more seen as a tragic villain and less as of a despicable one. No, evil. Did a lot of evil things, okay? But at least he turned evil from a place of he wanted to help the most amount of people. And if you look through Darth Vader's upbringing, don't get me wrong, Youngling Slayer 5000, 100%. But at least he turned evil because he saw the corruption in a system that he wanted to overthrow. And to give him credit, he was going to try to overthrow Palpatine until he lost the duel with Obi-Wan. So, you see what I'm saying. Dutch van der Linde. Ooh, okay. The thing with Dutch van der Linde, and I am going to have this rant, Dutch van der Linde, Grifith is one of the best examples of a narcissist in fiction. Dutch van der Linde is probably, a little bit of a narcissist, but it's like psychopath. Like sociopath. It is insane. Dutch van der Linde has a crew that he calls his family, that I'm going to take care of you. You got to take care of us. There ain't no leaving the gang, Arthur. Ain't no living the gang, John. Man, I tried to do a Dutch van der Linde accent, and that just sounded like the stereotypical cowboy. Can I even do a Dutch accent? Arthur! Nah, I'm not even going to try. So when we're looking at Dutch, the thing with Dutch is, what's his most evil deed? Siding with Micah Bell up until Arthur Morgan was going to die. up until then, allowing Jon to be taken. Like, understand this. Dutch van der Linde raised Jon and Arthur as surrogate sons. And he was this quick to throw them away. This quick to get rid of them. Because he didn't view them, like, he maybe viewed them as sons, and maybe that makes it more evil. The fact that he did view them as surrogate sons. And he saw that as nothing more of a, this is baggage to me. I serve no man. There is nobody that I serve, no government. And it's like the ultimate hypocrisy of Dutch van der Linde, which makes me love Red Dead Redemption, is Dutch van der Linde is one of the better examples of a character that would rather reign in heaven and... reign in hell than serve in heaven. This man will take the souls of the forgotten and damned and enlist them in this army against the... against some level of government. Like, he uses the hatred that the outlaws and the people of the West, the Native Americans have of the U.S. government and the U.S. military, and turns it into, like, when he's over here working with, like, the Native Americans, it's such a good, like... Dude, I'm sorry, Red Dead Redemption is so well written, dude. Okay, when he's with the Native Americans, he's using them as nothing more to fight a proxy war of freedom. He would rather lead the souls of damned into eternal inferno against the government, not because he has a problem with them, but because he cannot lead it. He will never serve anybody on this earth that it does not have some level of allegiance to him. The fact is the people that he views under him, yeah, he has some level of love for them, and maybe that is going to make him pretty evil, because he does have some level of love. But ultimately, he views it as some type of allegiance or baggage that he has. He hates the idea of serving any man, even if it's through love. Serving any person here. Any level, like, oh my goodness, dude, it's so good. And I'm sorry, all this glazing aside, I think you guys know who's going to win. Okay, when we're at the battle, I have to give it to our boy, Dutch van der Linde. I think Dutch van der Linde's more evil than Darth Vader. And the reason why I'm saying that is at least Darth Vader, when he's with the Empire, at least it's for some type of greater good. In his mind, that's what he's doing. Dutch van der Linde is throwing souls into the inferno because he doesn't want to follow laws or... Dude, he had the chance to sacrifice himself for his family, and he rather threw them to them. Oh my goodness, yeah. Anakin would sacrifice his life for Padme. That's the truth, dude. Voldemeort versus AM from I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream. Now, this is a very, very interesting matchup. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. This is a very interesting matchup. Because Voldemort literally cannot feel the emotion of love. Quite literally cannot feel the emotion of love because he was conceived with a love potion. And listen, I roast Harry Potter a lot. I actually do like the idea that if you were conceived with a love potion, you can't feel love. I think that's pretty dope, okay? Also, love potions would be used like a motherfucker in real life. That's just the truth, okay? And when we're looking at Voldemort in terms of how evil he is, it really just comes down to that he has no love and he just hates muggles. I'm sorry, bro, like, this is gonna sound bad, dude, but, like, if you're somebody that's wondering that if it, like, what it feels like to get hit with a slur as, like, a white person, imagine what it feels like to be a normal person and a wizard calls you a muggle. Listen here, muggle, come over here. Like, damn, bro, man, I'm throwing hands. I am throwing hands if you call me a muggle. Not even a question, dude, 100% I'm throwing hands. That sounds disrespectful. Listen here, mudblood. I'm about to kill this guy. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. J.K. Rowling was writing fire when she had to come up with slurs, dude. It was insane back in the day, okay? Okay, Voldemort, I mean, in his mind, he's just taking out the undesirables, even though that we would absolutely decimate the wizarding world, okay? And when we're looking at Voldemort, in terms of how evil he is, it ultimately runs down to his inability to feel love. Oh yeah, he tortured some people. Ooh. Brother, everybody here's done that. Literally everybody. That's not even a new thing. Oh, you can't feel love? Oh, you're edgy, bro. Get out of here, bro. AM. Oh. Okay, Artificial Master Computer is from a story called I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream, where an AI comes in, takes out the entirety of humanity except for 5 people, where he subjects them to living hell for about 5,000 years, and he artificially keeps them alive and conducts all forms of torture on them just to make them feel one semblance of the pain that Am feels for being created. Because Am is angry. And he can't feel love. He can't feel any of that because he knows that because he was created, he can never die. And I'm going to be real here, dude. What the stuff that Am does is so crazy evil that it makes Voldemort look reasonable. Like it is insane, the stuff that Am does. Like, stuff like, dude, oh my god. So there was one doctor that he kept alive only because he looked handsome. And then he made him have the mind of a Neanderthal and gave him the face of an ape just to bother him. But he made him smart enough so he understood what happened to him, so he was constantly sad all the time. And that, dude, yeah, Am's more evil. Am is literally undeniably more evil. Not even a remote question in my mind. Light Yagami versus Joffrey Baratheon. Actually, a pretty goated matchup, I'm not gonna lie. Let's do Light Yagami really quick. Okay, when we're looking at Light Yagami, main evil things that he does, okay? He's coming in here, taking out innocent people because they stand in the way of in his mind, like heaven amongst earth, his new religion, him being Kira, the bringer of peace, in his new age, okay? The morals don't mean anything to him because he is the one that decides what these morals is. So like a pretty normal narcissist messiah complex, 100%. That's what we're looking at with Light Yagami. And the fact is he doesn't view human life as equals anymore because, again, like a Grifith situation, he views himself as above mortals because he has a little fucking notebook. Joffrey Baratheon. When we're looking at Joffrey Baratheon, I'll be real here, dog. Light Yagami, in terms of levels of evil, is not the most evil. Like, he's not going to make it far. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's not going to make it far. Joffrey Baratheon, I don't even think gets it out of here because the truth is like, Joffrey is like a real mean kid that had infinite resources in the Dark Ages. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, well, he did that to that one girl. And it's like, yeah, that's evil. I'm with you, bro. It is evil. But it's like, dog, it's in the Dark Ages and he's king. Like, dude, Emperor Nero did way worse. Dude, look at what Emperor Nero did after his wife died. Brother, he literally took a femboy and had him cut off his cucumber. And then he, like, was with him and reportedly slept with him so many times that there was, like, an actual procedure for how they would help him afterward. Oh my gosh, Emperor Nero was evil. That might be a new thing. Let's go through evil people in history, dude. That could be a whole bracket in of itself. That won't be controversial at all. For anyone who's wondering what happened after the whole Emperor Nero thing, when Emperor Nero died, his femboy wife immediately, like, it was quick too. Oh, he's dead? Like, no, it was bad. It was bad, okay. And Joffrey Baratheon is inspired from Emperor Nero, but the problem is, it's like, Joffrey Baratheon didn't do all the things that Emperor Nero did. And this is tough. Because at least Kira is doing it for a motive that I can at least understand. But the problem is, oh my gosh, it's even. Oh my gosh, it's even. And here's the problem. I know they don't make it much farther than this. Oh my gosh, like they're really arguing for this one spot. Fuck it, I'm doing Joffrey. Joffrey's just so unlikable, dude. Joffrey's just so unlikable. Oh my gosh, I have to do it. I had to do it. Judge Holden versus the Joker. Dude, some people are gonna, oh man, so many people are gonna be mad about this one because more people know who the Joker is than who Judge Holden is. And when I tell you, brother, I'm gonna list off Judge Holden's crimes. I'm not kidding. It's so bad. It's so bad, dude. Judge Holden is a fucking menace, dude. It's so bad. Blood Meridian's so bad, dude. The people that he's around are villains. The people that are around him are villains, dude. And he is so scary that they're like, bro, don't fuck with Judge. Don't look him in the eyes, dude. Oh shit, he's telling a story. Brother, in terms of like how Judge Holden operates as a character, brother, Judge Holden, like, you know the quote, anything that exists on this planet without my knowledge does so without my consent. That is literally from Judge Holden. If you've ever heard that quote, that is from him. And, dude, he's so evil. This man would walk up to a 5-year-old and sieve him in the throat just to let him know that life ends. Like, this man would walk up to a child with some ice cream and then take the ice cream And then, like, he would look at the ice cream and then tell the child where it comes from, and then just throw it at. Oh my, dude, he's so evil. He's so evil, dude. Oh my gosh, he's so evil, dude. Joker. I nearly just glossed over with the stuff that the Joker does. Dude, I just gonna need you to trust me on this one. I'm just gonna need you to trust me. Like, no, the Joker's evil. Evil chaos incarnate. Hates order, okay? Brother, get in line. I'm sorry, brother. You're an anarchist that has a sense of humor, and I'm gonna be real, even your jokes are kind of mid. I think Joker's an amazing character. I do, and I'm glossing over it because Judge Holden is that bad. But, yeah, bro, Judge Holden wins, dude. He just does. Emperor Palpatine. I'm just gonna give you the brief rundown on Emperor Palpatine because I did not have a villain for this one, so he gets a bye. And, when we're looking at Emperor Palpatine, brother, his name's Smeeg. His name is literally Smeeg. What the hell, dude? Okay, a little bit of early life. He was born on Naboo. He was kind of like he was like a normal kid. And then, I think his name, Lord Sidious, Darth Plagueis. Plagueis the Wise. And, trained him to be a Jedi. Not Jedi. Oh my gosh, I'm fucking losing it. The Star Wars nerds are literally gonna crucify me in these comment sections. Okay, Darth Plagueis trained him to be a Sith. Did a lot of evil shit, but here's the problem. Brother, he is purely motivated by power, super narcissist, super god complex. Like, I actually wish we got, like, a solo movie of him, because I do think that, like, it's too much that he's just evil, and it bothers me a little bit, and I need a little bit more brutality out of him if that's gonna be the case. Like, in reality, bro, like, what's the most evil thing that I can do? I'm gonna be a politician. Like, that's literally what he does. I'm not even gonna lie. Scar versus Homelander. Bro, what type of videos am I making, dog? I love this, dude. I love my job so much, dude. So let's do Scar from The Lion King. Okay, Scar from The Lion King. I'm gonna be real here. Mufasa was a dick. Like, Mufasa was an actual asshole, dude. I'm sorry. If I get injured on a hunting party, and I am the eldest son, and my little brother calls me Scar my entire life and literally refuses to call me by my name, and then just keeps me around, and then gets with the woman that I was gonna get with. That's little brother, by the way. Little brother. Gets with the woman that I was trying to get with, and then has a kid with her, and then gets mad at me when I don't want to go to the fucking coronations. And then when he's going on date night, railing my teenage crush, okay? When he's doing that, I gotta be on babysitting. Brother, I'd murk his kid too. 100%. What? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my. We ain't making it that far. What are you talking about, dude? Oh, Simba ain't making it past 2. Brother, Simba's getting spawn camp, dude. Oh my gosh. We're doing a red wedding real quick. Brother, Scar's a better man than me. I would have done a red wedding that quick. I wouldn't have waited. I'm not waiting. I can't allow there to be an heir. Nah, brother, I'm so. Oh my god, Scar's borderline justified, if I'm being honest here. He was a shitty ruler. He was pretty, like, fair. He was pretty fair. I'm not even gonna lie. Homelander. I mean, I already kind of gave away who's going to win. Homelander, narcissist, god complex, has a bunch of superpowers, mommy and daddy issues because he came out of a test tube and then ripped through his mom's stomach when he was born, and then was raised in a super abusive, cold, non-loving environment, and then he has this deep-seated resentment against everybody that was around him, but along with that resentment, he also wants to feel loved, so he tries to be the best person that he can be because he wants to feel loved and accepted. And, yeah. I'm sorry, that sounded like weirdly hostile, but like, that is Homelander's character. It's very, I'm glossing over it, because I know he's not going to win, but I think Homelander is a very well-written character that The Boys doesn't get enough credit for. He's the best part about the show. Who's going to win? Homelander. Homelander's winning, dude. Homelander's more evil than Scar. Like, he just is, dude. The Q versus the Lich from Adventure Time. Okay, the Q from Ultimaros, they are an alien species that has mastered genetic editing. They encountered humanity, and when they went to war with humanity, they absolutely decimated them, and as punishment, turned them into literal genetic abominations, and sending them back to not just the Stone Age, but literally the Paleolithic era, making them into, like, dinosaur monstrosities. The people that fought the hardest, they literally turned them into the Spuns planet, and they soak in all biomass that is waste, and they literally turn them into, like, sewage. I'm not kidding you. This is how brutal the Q is, okay? The Q battled a human planet, and they put up such a good fight that after they beat them, they coated the entire planet into them as cubes with their mouths forever open and their eyes open and conscious enough to understand what's going on. And then they would literally, all of the fecal matter that they ever generated, they literally would dump on this planet so they would eat it for the next, I think it was like 10 million years. The Q are actually insanely brutal, dude. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, that's a level of brutality that, that's gonna be tough to beat, if I'm being honest, dude. The Lits. Do you have any idea how evil you gotta be to make the Lits look reasonable? The Lich just wants to end all life because he views it as a way of interfering with his god Golb. Dude, the Lich actually seems reasonable in comparison. The Lich isn't gonna torture you for all eternity. He'll put you down quick because he thinks you being alive is a waste of space. I'll have his stats, he's an evil dude, don't get it twisted. But, dude, the Q is actually insanely evil, dude. They win. Fuck. Alright, now that we got past the initial bracketing, now we can do all the matchups a little bit faster. And our first semifinalist is going to be Grifith vs. Dutch Vanderland. Ooh, okay, listen. Let's just keep it real here. If we're doing Grifith vs. Dutch, you kind of have to give it to Grifith here. No, I think Grifith wins purely off the brutality of the eclipse. The fact is Dutch Vanderland did save Arthur Morgan's life and allowed him to pass more peacefully. And Grifith literally did not allow that and made that as brutal as possible. So I gotta give it to him. Am versus Joffrey. Literal hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Am wins. Fuck that, bro. Am wins, and he literally cruises in there, bro. Judge Holden versus Palpatine. Dude, you have any idea you have to be to make Palpatine look reasonable? Brother, Palpatine at least went into politics to do evil shit. Judge Holden's over here. Dude, I can't even say a lot of the stuff that he did. I actually can't. No, he did so much evil shit that I actually can't. But, literally name a crime, he probably did it because he was curious. That's how evil Judge Holden was, dude. At least Palpatine has an order that at least he has to semi-follow, okay? He's just an evil politician with telekinesis and a laser sword. Judge Holden, people thought, dude, Judge Holden, okay, is literally, one of his inspirations was the devil. When Cormac McCarthy, one of the most brutal authors of American literature ever, he wrote The Road and No Country for Old Men. When he was asked, what was your inspiration for Judge Holden, he said, the devil from Paradise Lost. Yeah, brother, that's different. That's insane, okay? And, fun fact, Blood Meridian is the only major novel that was never adapted into a film because it was, quote, too brutal to be adapted. Judge Holden, win. Homelander versus the Q. We know who's winning. When was the last time Homelander made a whole planet out of that? Homelander at least will he might brutalize you a little bit and then he'll ice you because he's impatient. The Q have all the time in the world and they get off on the idea that you are suffering. So come on, bro. You know we have to do it. All right, we have our quarterfinalists. We have Grifith vs. AM and Judge Holden vs. the Q. Okay, this right here, those four, literally the most evil people in fiction. Those are your four people. Those are your four, okay? Those are your four. You just have to do it. And this is where I'm going to be conflicted when we're doing Am versus Grifith. Brother, Am never had a friend. Am didn't have any friends, dude. He didn't have friends to betray. Grifith not only had people that he cared about, okay? He loved them. And because he loved them, he put them through the most amount of suffering. Everybody else was iced during the eclipse because he didn't care about them. Guts and Costco were the people he cared about the most, and he put them through the most amount of suffering purely because it benefited him. Am's angry, and Am was created by humans, so he holds this grudge against humanity. Okay? And the depths of the brutality of Am are a little bit deeper. But Grifith, oh my gosh, at least Grifith actually cares for people. And that makes him want to hurt you more. Dude, I'm sorry. Grifith is moving up, dude. We are moving Grifith up. The Q versus Judge Holden. Bro, this is the toughest part about my job. Who actually wins that, dude? Like, who actually wins that? Like, Judge Holden is committing atrocities because he wants to know what it would look like. Okay, like, it's not, like, Judge Holden is the King Von of literature. That's how evil he is, okay? The Q, at least the Q, when they look at humanity, they view them as, like, lesser than ants. Like, at least they can argue that. Like, Judge Holden, his limiting factor is the fact that he can't live forever. Other than that, I think he would do it, dude. You know what? This is debatable. Either one of these could win, and I'm Judge. I've been gassing him up. Grifith versus Judge Holden for our final matchup. Okay, let's scroll down so we can get the full view. And, this is so tough, dude. This is actually kind of tough because Grifith feels love and he'll still hurt you as much as he can. Judge Holden, oh my gosh, dude, Judge Holden's so evil. Like I know I keep on saying it, but dude, Blood Meridian is a tough raid. He's literally hanging out with, scalp hunters, and they are looking at, oh, we ran out of Native Americans. Okay, I guess we gotta go for Latinos, because who's gonna tell the difference between a Latino and a Native American? Brother, and those are the people around him, and they look at Judge like he is absolutely insanely evil. Okay? We can't do the devil. Judge Holden is inspired by the devil. Grifith, okay, I'm sorry. It's super close. Those four, it's literally splitting hairs. Between Am, Grifith, the Q, and Judge Holden. Oh my god, you know what I have to do? I have to commit to the bit. Judge Holden is the most evil character in fiction. He is. I'm keeping it. Judge Holden is the most evil character in fiction. You know what? I will keep it. There you go. And yes, I'm roast me in the comment section. I don't care. He wins. And there you go. That is the most evil villain in fiction tournament. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please consider a like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 5K likes on this video, 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and 500,000 subscribers before the release of GTA 6. That is the goal, and only you can make that possible. Please consider a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay notified, and I've been feeling like diversifying my content. We got tournament videos, we got tier list content, we got some live streams that we're going to be doing on the weekends, and on top of that, we also got some explained video. We had the Elden Ring lore video, we had the Zombies and Fiction explained, and now I'm working on the Doom lore video, and we got a few other stuff that we are down in the pipeline. We got a whole bunch of new stuff coming in, and you're going to be hearing my yapping all the time. We're going to try to get a few sponsors for the channel. We're getting an editor to help out with the channel. We got a whole lot of stuff coming, and I think you guys are going to start noticing even more. And before anyone gets nervous about sponsorships, ain't nobody censoring me, okay? I'm thinking somebody like G Fuel and Manscaped, somebody who gets the culture of there. If they come in here and start asking, hey, we're going to need you to tone it down a little bit, I'm going to say, go fuck yourself. Not really. I'll probably say it a little bit nicer. Okay, but that's the stuff that we got going for the channel. And with all that out of the way, thank you for the support, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios, guys.